Hi everyone, my name is Del. I work with Ryan for Break Stigma UK, and I'm here to share you my experience of going through a mental health breakdown. Mine was quite hard. I think one being a black British African, and from the information that I gathered was that we black African men tend to not deal with our emotions quite easily. We tend to sort of just let it go and just move on from it and just like pass it by and pretend like it didn't exist, or however you want to put it. And I would say I think that is what I did. I had a lot of issues that I was dealing with, which was family issues. You know, having a family dysfunctional, from parents arguing, from brothers fighting, from anything else, being bullied at school, having been beaten up by a gang from nowhere, having a gun point at my head. I would say career, like my career, and also work-wise. Also my father's kind of pathway kind of lent onto my pathway, if I'm making sense by that, where his pathway wasn't going the way he wanted it, so my own pathway had the exactly same thing. So that was my kind of breakdown. Kind of took place last year through the pandemic. I was in my darkest moments, like real dark moments, where I would say basically a lot of what I've just mentioned, I never dealt with it, and each thing that I went through or was going through or I've been through, I didn't sort of deal with it properly or grief enough or process it enough. I just let it just boiled up. So you know when you get like a brick and just stack loads of bricks on top of each other, and I think that was with me. I just kind of like just let everything just build on on top. So I just said to myself, like, how am I really gonna sort of really tackle this? What do I do? I mean, at one point, I won't lie, I did thought about committing suicide. I thought, yeah, that would be great, and just, you know, end my life and ease the pain. But unfortunately, I think one thing that kind of hold me back from that would probably be like as a Christian. So I decided to basically just, you know, get out of Essex and just go somewhere else where I could be on my own, where I could have a different environment, where I can just have a bit of peace, so I know how to really sort of, you know, tackle my emotions very easy, in a way that would be better for me. And I stayed at a mate's house, and each day I was going, kind of felt okay-ish, but not to the extent where I'm like, okay, I need to go home now. So what I did was I just kind of called like one of my uncles, and I just kind of like, I vented, and I just expressed all my emotions. I said, this is what I'm dealing with, this is what I'm going through, and he basically said, like, you know, you tend to bury your emotions. And I'm like, what do you mean I tend to bury my emotions? Like, you tend to just bury it. Like, we African men tend to just bury our emotions and not deal with it the right way. And I said, and that got me thinking. I was like, oh my god, that could be right. And I was like, so what do I do now? Like, how do I deal with this? Like, what do I do? And he just basically said, well, the first part was that he managed to talk to me about it, and I was like, cool. Because the longer I spoke, the longer things just kept coming off my chest, and I felt like a weight was being off my shoulders. So each worry that I went through, I spoke to him in a proper depth way into it, and he never knew something that I was going through, and he was amazed, and I was amazed that I felt different. I felt like a different type of, like, felt more relaxed. I remember, like, that's off my chest. And what he said basically is, you know, like he said basically, first and foremost, thank you for telling me. But he said basically maybe I needed real help, like, you know, professional help. And to me, I was like, I talked to a complete stranger about me and everything, and even though obviously they will help you, they will help me in a way, but you know, usually I'm always talking to like one of my family members, or I'm talking to one of my friends about certain things, not major, but like this type of thing. I'm just like, oh, But I did that. I gave it a try, and I phoned them up. I did a test over the phone, and I was meant to receive a phone call for someone to call me, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So after a while, everything was cleared. As day by day went, I just felt different. I felt more relief that I spoke to him about it, and I spoke to someone else about it. I felt more calmly, and I actually took it to my Insta page about it. I actually went into depth of each thing that I was going through, and it just felt like a real good thing to really express my emotions. And it was just amazing to just get all that pain off my chest. And I think also I'm quite happy that I didn't commit suicide and did that, because obviously that was an easy way out, and now I'm still feeling refreshed till this day. After a while, my mum got the wind of it, and we had a son and mum heart to heart about it, and she was in tears, and we kind of like elaborate on certain few things that she went through, which I was part of that, and it was nice, because she never knew anything about it, even though she's my mother and saying I'm here and you can talk to her. Sometimes we tend to like just bottle our emotions, and we feel like we can't talk to no one. Like it's just stuck here. It's nice to obviously have my mum to say like she loves me and she's here for me. I just felt good. I've got myself back into like praying, my God, and just reading different Bible scriptures and quotes, and it's a nice feeling. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still have like my ups and downs and moments, and as I say, it's okay not to be okay. Like, you can cry, you can feel some type of way. There's nothing wrong with that. We're all not perfect, and that's my experience, and it's been amazing. And I'm thankful for like my friends and my family that's been through all, literally. And right now everything's blessed. I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy just to be still breathing. I'm happy to be able to talk to you guys about my experience. I'm happy to, I'm just happy that I'm still alive, because that's the most important thing, and that's my experience, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.